Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 247 of the On Air Advocate. Where at the On Air Advocate, we look to provide education, support, and empowerment for all of those with different abilities, mental and medical illnesses, and their caregivers. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Tammy Flynn, and I am the host and producer of the On Air Advocate. And I am super excited if you guys are here this morning joining us, or whether you're catching this on the replay. Now, as always, if you think any of the content that we are talking about today could be relevant for anyone in your network or your circle, please hit the share button and share the love with others. Well, if you guys joined us, about an hour ago, you know that this is our Wellness Week kickoff day. And I am so excited to have with me this morning, Daisy Vogt. She is an integrative nutrition health coach and so much more. So welcome, Daisy.
Thank you so much, Tammy. I am so excited to be here, and thank you to everybody for joining us. This is going to be a great section. I love what you're doing this week. I am so excited to be here and share all my tips. I can't wait.
I feel the same. And before we kind of dive into your hacks and all that, you have not been on the platform before. And I would love for people to hear not only how you became an integrative nutrition health coach, you're a special needs parent, all of those things. What kind of brought you, to this point right now?
Sure, of course, I would love to share. It's been such, like everybody says their life is a roller coaster. And I think for us, that is definitely the case, because it's been a lot of ups and downs, but it's gotten us here, and it's gotten us to this point where we're ready to share it with the world, and we're ready to raise more awareness. So that's why I'm so happy. Well, basically, I was born in Germany, but I grew up all around the world, and this whole path towards biohacking and integrative nutrition and coaching kind of started back in Mexico about 7 years ago. You'll notice I'm very international. I met my husband in the Dominican Republic about 13 years ago now. He came with my 2 bonus kids right away, my only children. But they're my bonus children anyway. And our little boy had a condition where basically every time it rained, he got sick, which was very worrisome for me. I really didn't like that. But if you know the islands, Dominican Republic doesn't really have a lot of education or even medical facilities. And so I decided to make it my mission to find out what this child had, and why he was always sick, and why they couldn't, put in injections in his veins, and why he couldn't breathe at night. And so we kind of discovered, it took us about 3 years to figure out what it was. He had a degenerative disease called MPS, and it falls under it. The long word for it is mucopolysaccharidosis, which,
say that everybody times.
It's like its own tongue twister, and it took me like a year just to learn how to say that word. But it's super rare, and luckily his version of it, there's different types of it, is not the worst. However, they did tell us that he probably wouldn't make it past his teenage years. So I did not like that answer. I refused to accept it, and obviously got all my resources, got on the computer, and just tried to figure out what we can do for this child. It led us to Mexico, where we were able to get the only known treatment for the condition, which is called enzyme replacement therapy. Basically, it means that every Friday, in our case, once a week, he gets enzymes shot into his body, because that's what MPS really is. MPS means that the body cannot get rid of toxins that start to accumulate. So you can start to imagine, if toxins start to accumulate in your heart will start failing. They start to accumulate in your liver will start failing. They start to accumulate in your brain, well, then a whole bunch of stuff starts going wrong. So I really felt that there was more that we could do than just give him these enzyme replacements every week. But there was also, nutrition that can help. There's mindset that can help. There should be other things that can help stimulate enzymes. And so I just started deep diving into research and trying to figure everything out. And that's how I realized that there was more behind it than just the medical aspect. but that, the nutrition and the whole mindset aspect, as I said, has so much more to do with it than just medicine. And one of the things that also happened along the way, because we were living in the Dominican Republic and then we had to move to Mexico where they actually had the treatment, because enzyme replacement therapy isn't even available in a lot of countries still. It's because it's so expensive. And so we moved to Mexico, and that's where I realized that the caretakers that are caring for these children actually get so much less help. Because yes, it's wonderful that there is help or societies and research done for the kids and their conditions, but in the background, you've got the parents, you've got, family, you've got caretakers in some cases that are alone and that have to deal with this as well. And they're the ones that need the energy in order to be able to care properly for their children. Right. And that's kind of what got me started when we moved to the States 3 years ago. You can tell it's been a roller coaster. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place because we moved from the Dominican to Mexico to the States, basically because Harvey needed different help. And now that we are here, I became his full-time caretaker. And I said, you know what, now that, I'm a little bit more settled, he's doing so much better, thankfully. I said, you know what, now it's my time to give back. And so I went back to school. I used my time here while I was caring for him, and while, the 2 or 3 hours in between where I don't do anything, I studied, and I became an integrative nutrition health coach. I've been what I call biohacking and mind hacking Harvey and myself for years already, trying to get, our bodies more in tune, trying to get our minds more positive. And I see that it's helped, and that's what I've decided I want to do for other families as well, because I see that when mom works better, the kids also work better, and then the dads start to work better, and then the whole family unit starts to work better. And so that became my mission, and that's what I'm doing now, in a nutshell. It's a long story, sorry.
Oh, it is a great story, and you are doing it each day. So with that, I know that you were going to give us some 4 hacks for good caregiver.
Yes, correct. I decided to build everything up on 8 hacks in my business, because 8 is Harvey's lucky number. He was born on August 8th, so double 8 right there. And because everything is based around him, I have different series like 8 hacks for positive mindset, 8 hacks to reduce sugar, 8 hacks for better sleep. And I decided today to share 8 hacks for caregiver health. Because, that's the thing. We know we need to take care of ourselves, but we don't.
Right.
And so these might seem really simple, but these are things that we forget about, because we feel, especially if the caregiver is a mom, we feel that it's all on our shoulders, and we feel that we have to be perfect, and we start to get overwhelmed with mom guilt, and we forget that there's a couple of easy things that we can do that will help our mindset get better, and that'll allow us to care better for everybody else.
Yeah.
So you want to dive right in?
Yes, I'm going to take notes, and I feel like I have a again, so I'm going to let you talk. Okay. And then when you're done talking, I'm going to have you mute yourself, and I'll finish up. But I'm going to be so I don't have to read it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a delay in here as well. I think it's my phone might be having issues. But all right, let's go through the 8 hacks. All right, very simple. The first hack that I'm going to share, and I know you all know this, but hack number 1 is to get rest, and to get good rest. Because yes, you might sleep a couple of hours every night, but it's the quality of your sleep that matters as well. So, exploring things like taking cat naps during the day if your child has a condition where maybe they don't sleep throughout the whole night, adjusting your schedule, not drinking too much caffeine at the right times, doing deep breathing exercises. There's a whole bunch of things you can look into to make sure that, number 1, you get really good rest, and you get good quality rest, which is so important. I think hack number 2 is something that we kind of discover along the way, but a lot of families I see don't utilize this, and we've noticed that it's made such a difference in not only my son's life, but also ours, and that's scheduling everything. Because we like to say, or I've heard special needs parents go, I can't schedule because everything is just random. Yes, you can schedule. You know you need to eat breakfast, you know you need to eat lunch, you know you need to eat dinner, you know you have to do laundry, you know you have to cook. I mean, there's certain things that you can schedule. And you know your child needs to go to bed at one point. You know they wake up at one point. You know they have doctor's appointments. The more you can put things in perspective for yourself, that you're actually following a routine, can help so much just on the overwhelm, because you're not sitting there going, oh my gosh, did I eat today? Oh, there's laundry piling up. Oh, the house isn't clean. Oh, I haven't stocked up on supplies. You know, just having that set up. And that's why my best friend is my calendar. It's really nerdy, but I have everything here. So if you might not be a writing down kind of person, but trust me, try to schedule your day-to-day, because it gets your kid in a habit, which will get you in a habit as well. And that'll help with things like sleep and eating and all those kind of wonderful things. All right. Number 3, mindset. And I know, Tammy, you know this as well. Mindset is key, number 1, because mindset leads to a whole bunch of other things. And mindset, I could talk about a whole hour just on and off its own, but I'm not going to. Otherwise, I'll take over all the time. But mindset is so important, that you have some sort of positive action that you do, that maybe you practice meditation, like I like to say. I do positive affirmations in the morning, and it might sound real silly, but sitting there and saying, I am amazing, I am strong, I am awake, I have energy, you know, those kind of things can really help to reset your brain and to get yourself in a positive outset, instead of looking at everything really bad. Because that's one thing that can happen too, especially in special needs, when you have children that might not be having a good moment. It's really easy to spiral down and go down that rabbit hole, and then find it really hard to get back out. So having a positive mindset and doing positive techniques at least once a day. I try to do something that elevates my vibration and gets positive thoughts flowing instead of negative thoughts, because that will help a lot. All right, that was tip number 3. Number 4, and this is something, if you were to follow me, you will see I've been doing this on purpose since the beginning of the year, and that is to drink water. And that's why it's one of my favorite hacks as well. And I have, this doesn't look very fancy, right? I'm not a fancy fan girl. I like my things to be practical. I now drink 2 liters of water a day. You have no idea how much that changes just your energy. If you can get your kids to drink it too, wow, do it, right? But you being able to drink water and hydrate your body not only allows you to sleep better, it allows your body to clean itself better, and it gives you better energy and can even uplift that mindset and your mood. So drinking water is key. We forget to care for ourselves. So if you forget to drink water, if you forget to eat, well, then let's go back to hack number 2, where I said, thank you. I said, schedule your life, because you need to make sure you drink a glass of water when you get up in the morning or before you go to bed. You need to make sure you eat something to fuel yourself, right? So drink water is one of that right now at the moment is like my biggest care tip, because it does influence so much. Number 5, I'm going really fast. If you have any questions, comment, type, or connect with either Tammy or me, I'll give you more info, no worries. But number 5, involve your kids. It might sound silly, but if you involve your kids in everything that you do, it'll be less stressful. Because if you want to work out, for example, if you want to go outside and take a walk because you know that helps you, grab your kids, put them in the stroller, go take a walk together. Go see some fresh air. Yes, we're in quarantine time, but I know that there's places that you can walk where there's no people, where you and your children will be safe. Fresh air and vitamin D should not be neglected. And excuse my husband's phone, but we share an office. So just ignore that and keep listening to me. So involve your kids in any way that you can, whether that's exercise, whether that's even meditation. I meditate with my son. We do deep breathing exercises every morning when we wake up, because I know it'll help him. And before he goes to bed, he falls asleep after we do deep breathing exercises, so much faster than normal. So involve them, because it'll balance both of you at the same time, and that's what you're trying to go for, right? Right, number 6. And this is another one where I always hear parents go, I don't have time for that. Who has time to socialize? Socialization, my friends. People don't believe it, but we need to socialize. And especially in a situation where you're in a caregiving situation, where a lot of times we feel so alone and we feel so like defeated because we don't know at times, what's going on. We have the mom guilt, as I was saying. We might not be sleeping properly, right? We might not have help. We might not have family close. I know that's how I felt when I was down in Mexico. We had no family for 7 years. It was all my husband and me and my daughter, luckily, because she was still living with us at the time. But, socialization helps. And even if it's just connecting online with somebody and saying, hey, my day's been horrible. How's your day been? Or, hey, can we just sit and have a cup of tea and be quiet together for a second? Can we just talk about something else? Or let's talk about our kids. What do you do with this, right? Connecting with other moms that are in similar situations, maybe not even the same, but that understand what you're going through helps immensely. And you need that in your life. We need to be social. We're social creatures. Okay? That is how we are. That's how we were supposed to be. So socialization. Number 7. Let's keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to go too fast. Sorry, Tammy. Number 7. I like these. I get all taken away, but either way, organize your tools. Organization is key. It's just like scheduling. We did, for example, I have all my son's incontinence items, diapers and pads and boxes, other things that go with that, all in one space. So when I need something, I know exactly where everything is. Everything's already all cut up. Everything's laid out exactly how I need it. And once a week, I restock. Organize your life. The bathroom is set up exactly in the way that we take a bath and how I need the tools. Organize life. Have a bag with everything ready so that in case you need to run and go, your diaper bag is ready and everything is in there because you need to grab it with you. Little things like that can help a lot, right? You don't need to go all out like I do maybe and do meal plans for the whole week. But doing little bits and having things in their right places, knowing what you're going to eat, just like scheduling, helps immensely because it takes a huge burden off your brain and can actually help you rest. And number 8, my final hack. The final one that probably nobody ever does. And I was thinking yesterday, what should I include as the last one? And my husband says, do the one you never do. And so he reminded me, we need to ask for help. Asking for help is key. And asking for help sometimes is very hard for us because as caretakers, we like things to be done a certain way because we think we know better. But yes, we do know better. But getting help and having something done so you can have 10 minutes of rest or maybe even a half an hour of rest and just having it done is better than having it done perfectly. That I think is super, super, super key because we need things done perfectly. He needs to be fed this way. No, he just needs to eat. Okay? And if somebody feeds him and he's a mess afterwards, well, then that person can clean them up or you can clean them up, but at least he ate. And that's the whole point, okay, of having somebody help you for 15 minutes so you can get away and maybe take a shower. Whatever the situation is, whatever you need, ask for help. Because it's so easy to forget that there's somebody around us to help us. And it might be family, it might be, a husband, it might be another child, it might be even that you have a nurse come in and you ask your insurance, how can I get help? Make contact, get in touch with us, get in touch with other mothers and ask for help if you need it. Because when you ask, you shall receive. That is sometimes really hard to understand, but once we know it, we can take advantage of it. So I hope you like those 8 hacks and I hope they helped.
They're wonderful. My echo is still there. Susie, can I even mute for just 1 second?
Done.
Let's see if that helps. All right. Well, Daisy, I loved all of your hacks. And we're going to have to chat on another show so that we can both talk together and not be muting each other. All of them are so relevant. Your son being now a young adult, being 18 years old, my son being 23 years old, all of the things that you were speaking of speak to me. And they don't just speak to me as being a special needs parent, but also as being a caregiver for my elderly loved ones. I think that they can be used in any capacity. And I think that they're I think that they're phenomenal. And definitely things that anybody could integrate into their life because, we're mindful of things when we're organized, when we get enough rest, when we drink enough water, we certainly are going to live healthier lives. And that's what this week is all about wellness. So Daisy, I'm going to have you come back on and I just want you to let folks know where they can find you, where they can access your resources and things like that.
Yeah, we're playing tag team on the microphone. So yeah, I can be found. I have a website, Activated Life by Daisy V. That is my brand. Activated Life just because, life needs to be positive and activated and full of motivation. So Activated Life by Daisy V is my website. You can connect with me there. I also have a group on Facebook, Activated Life for special needs families, because that one is very specific. But then I also have a Facebook page if you're not a special needs, but you're a caretaker and want to get in touch with me as well. I share tips on there. And so, yeah, those are basically the three main ways. I'm also on Instagram at Activated Life, but I think Facebook is my main platform at the moment and my website.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Daisy. And I'm going to have you, when we hop off of the segment, anyone that made comments, Daisy will answer those below, as well as she will drop that information below in the comments when she was done. But Daisy, thank you so much for being here for the kickoff of our wellness week. I enjoyed you being here so much. And I know that anyone who is listening to this segment definitely has so many great tools and strategies as a takeaway. So thank you for being a part of the On Air Advocates series this week. And thank you all for watching. If you guys want to know more about the On Air Advocate, you can go to onairadvocate.com. And if you guys want to know any more about Daisy, she's going to be dropping that info below in the links. Thank you guys so much. Everybody have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.